So, last time, you arrived at the lumberyard. The lumberyard, they used it basically to contact the elves in the forest. Humans chopped the trees they were allowed, and they traded every now and then with the elves. While at the lumberyard, you freed one of the elves, one of the last survivors, from what you heard. As he told you that the forest was basically let's use the word cursed by something. Gnolls already ate the lumberjacks, which some of you very gracefully, some of you very no skilled, got surrounded by 4 of them. But you managed to survive. All of you got out there. You got further into the forest, where you eventually encountered the heart of the forest. The evil mutated rotted wolf, which you permanently scarred. Which then, in the end, was healed by the moonlight. And here we are. One thing to note, Charlie indeed is currently not doing very well. Charlie is... technically, he is on close to no HP. He is in sanity plus 10. Means he's in despair. We'll go over what that brings for him later. Since it happened so late in the last session, you did discover that the moonlight has healing properties. At this point, Lilith is passed the fuck out. Zari sits kinda on her back, and the ball is in your hand. The evil wolves, the rotted one, they turn into normal wolves, but they indeed remain dead.
I want to
What
loot
will
the
you do?
wolf.
You do
I
what?
want to loot the wolf.
You want to loot the wolf or look at the wolf? Sorry.
Loot the wolf.
You want to loot the wolf.
Yes.
As many critters and even what was his name? Zarok?
Probably.
Zorak, as Zorak as well looks at you, you see him running as you're about to loot the wolf, and he's like, "Don't! You can't! This is a sacred place. You can't do this."
Oh, sure. I will carry them outside.
Go and check on Zahari.
No, just leave them here. I'll take care of them. And at this point, also your imp, after like a weird phase of being knocked the fuck out, is back. And we're back to spirit still. Sorry.
Well, if you find any loot, let me know.
He nods and he thinks about it. Yeah, loot on the wolf. Yes, sure.
You never know what I ate.
Smokey doesn't realize he's invisible because it's the after effects of his bar magic.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
So he's just gonna walk up and probably ask a question and startle some people.
Again.
Who do you want to startle?
I'm just gonna, because I was way at the back, wasn't I? So I've walked over and I'll just be like, "So what do we do with this here robe?"
This is the second time I have someone invisible next to me talk to me. Really getting on my nerves here.
Huh? I'm right here.
Yeah, no, you aren't. At least, unless you're the ground that I'm looking at.
Smokey looks down at his hands and sees that he doesn't have hands. Like, I hope it'll wear off in a minute. Or 2.
I'm sure it will. And I will I want to check Zari. Is Zari okay? Are you okay?
Zari is not okay.
They need help. Do you want me to catch you? It'll probably break me if you jump away.
Zari is exhausted after the fight. And is Lilith? What is Lilith doing exactly right now?
Lilith is basically laying down, not to the side, but just like if you told a dog to lay down. He is knocked the fuck out. Her head is down, and yeah, she is not conscious.
I'll step
Come
on
on.
Lilith.
Come down
Alright.
gently. We catch you.
And Lily will go and look for Dorgin to see if he's okay.
Yeah, Larian, instead of approaching. Mind you, I still have concentration on the hex on the dog because you never know what's gonna happen.
It's hex,
Larian looks over at Dorgin. What do I see?
You currently see Lily taking some herbs, putting it to his nose, and then give him a slap from left to right. And he's like, calm down, everything's okay. And you see that she herself is getting panicked by doing this.
Okay,
But he got healed, right? Because she healed him, but he's just...
She healed him, yeah. He is just like mentally checked out still.
yeah. Larian is gonna walk over, carefully put a hand on Lily's shoulder.
Oh my god, what? Do you need help too? I'm still busy here.
Compose yourself.
Right. Roll me a persuasion check. And I'll roll. Yes. That looks good. Yeah. Unless she crits. Yeah, she's fine. She takes a deep breath and is like, you're right. I can't help anyone if I'm panicked. But what do we do with him?
We can't leave him.
Let's not do
Was
that.
that an option?
That moon glow seemed to fix whatever the fuck happened with this big fucking dog. Maybe we put him in moonlight.
As Lindy looks at you, she's like, I'll take the left leg. You take the right leg and we'll drag him there. Let's go.
And
Help and pick up his hands and arms so they carry him normally.
Okay, do me a strength check.
Can I do a strength saving throw to see if I can hold on to the tree?
oh my god.
Let's first go with Zari. Zari, do the strength throw. As you try to lift him, you realize that's a lot of, even if broken, heavy armor, and you kind of drop him after. It's like, no. Ogrin, what did you want to do?
I want to grapple myself on the tree and not be dragged close to that tree.
Wait. Can I try? And now that I've leveled up, can I try and use this to lift him up?
Condense part of your spell into focus mass that lifts you up. As a bonus action, you can gain flying speed. I've allowed for roleplay purposes, but probably not in a situation where it would matter. Yes, I'll allow
Then
it.
Dorgint is now being picked up by a swarm of insects.
And as Lily in disgust jumps back a little bit, she sees that he is slowly being moved by it, yes.
We
Dorgint will,
need him to go.
Dorgint will swat around him to move away everything that's like lifting him up all of a sudden.
Driving him further into despair, but doesn't have the willpower to actually fight against it. Let's get him to the goddamn moonlight. Right.
Right, and I command the insects to move into the moonlight.
As the insect slowly move him to the moonlight, indeed. You see that Dorgrand...
Is breathing
Someone want to say
heavily.
I was just gonna say that Larian would make sure to like follow and try to the best of his abilities, like make sure that if he were to fall off, he would try to catch, like if a hand falls down, he would then like put a hand up or whatever.
He makes it, and once the insects are dragging him to the moonlight, they kind of throw him a little bit against Lilith's side, and Dokran, his breathing gets more relaxed, and you see him drift off into sleep.
I would
Does
say
my
he looks a bit
sanity
rough.
decrease, by the way?
Sanity will
Oh,
decrease
true.
once you have rested. But yes, it will go down from this. And then
Down to
you
how
have full
many?
control again.
Okay.
Roll it, we will roll it. But let's go over what happens this night before you think about waking up to recovered sanity. Does anyone want to do anything at this point?
Snore very loudly so that they can't sleep.
You snore very
Uh,
loudly.
Can I attempt to mend what's left of Dorgan's armor just so it's at least usable in case we get a fight on the way back? Just bits of it so it's barely together. Because it'll be over, I'll rest, right? I don't need to rest right now, so I can just patch bits here and there. That's the resting.
It is absolutely shredded, however. As you
Okay.
try, you at least make it so that it stays on his shoulders a little bit, but you see most of the rings from his ring mail are just loose and just
Absolutely
rolling off the
destroyed.
sides.
Yeah. Alright.
As all of you kind of wondering about the current situation, you see that both Sam and Alexei, they look over to Lily and say, "We will head to the camp now. It'll be fine. We don't need the rest. We'll inform everyone, and you guys just catch up tomorrow."
You intend to take our reward?
They look at you and says, "We have no need for any of the rewards. Besides that, the teams are paid separately. There is no global rewards."
Hmm,
Alright then, it's been
I
a
shall
pleasure.
see to it.
I'm indeed waves to Smokey. It's been all our pleasure. Most of you
Yeah.
guys are even fairly adept in combat. Sorry about that guy. I'm sure Lily can fix him.
Yeah. He'll be alright. I'd say he looks rough, but that's a bit of an understatement right now.
He probably will survive to tell the tale.
He'll live.
They run off. You see Lily wave to them. At which point, the rock just jumps over and says, I wanted to tell them to rest. Everything happened so fast here. We really need to. I need to pray to the goddess. The forest should be safe now. You can stay here for a while. Should rest till tomorrow, and maybe I can talk to the lady. Get some information. Why did you even come here? Like, you wanted to stop the animals, didn't you? I
Attacking the
Mm.
caravans, yeah.
can assure you that will not happen again now that the lady of the forest has control again.
Fantastic.
Well, we were sent on a mission to find out why you elves no longer had control of the animals in the forest.
Well,
I would assume it was Lilith.
it wasn't Lilith. It was the being that controlled her. But yes, I guess you do know what happened. There anything else I can prepare for you for tomorrow? Do you need anything else?
I don't know about anyone else, but if we have permission to set up camp here, that would be more than okay.
Yes, that will be fine. Stay within the glow. I will entice the animals to bring you some fruit. Maybe there's some left.
Sweet.
You can stay here, of course. Just
Good.
be mindful with fire.
Just to clarify, the light cleansed Lilith, but is the corruption still present in the forest? Like, can we still see like goo and stuff outside of the
The
range?
goo indeed focused on one part, which the entire forest basically. The entire goo of the forest focused on one part, which then fused into Lilith when you kind of had her halfway down, and then she got even angrier, which you managed to stun, and then
Okay, so now at the
there
moment
is
the goo is gone.
no evil presence in the forest anymore at this point that you
Okay.
could.
Okay.
Yeah, back
Alright
to his
then.
question. Is there anything he can prepare for you, mate?
Some crumbs. Some bread crumbs.
He looks around. I don't think we have that kind of food. I'm sorry.
I have a few rations if you want to use them, Spirit.
No, it's alright.
Why do you need breadcrumbs?
To feed them.
The bags.
Oh, your insects?
Yeah, to feed them. Is it not commental?
I will give Spirit my last. I made like 3 little sweet things. I'll give Spirit my last one before we rest, so the bugs can nibble on that if they choose to.
Thank you.
That's all good, buddy. I'll make camp away from the wolves, so there's no like fire and yeah, probably maybe a bit traumatic. Sorry. I'll like gently pat her away from the injured eye.
There's no reaction.
I'll make a small fire here to get some food going.
You see the eye of the animals. They look very sharply on the fire, but they seem calm enough. But they keep a fair distance. They also indeed bring you enough food to basically not go hungry tonight.
Nice.
Right. Let's skip the night. Everyone that has it can roll me a 1d10 plus 5. That number is how much sanity you recover.
Not that I need to roll it anyways, but
Come on, 6 is good. 6 is good. You're down to 4 sanity. That's fine.
Lower
That's
the
why
better,
I
right?
wanted the
For
plus
sanity.
5.
Yeah, because I'm gonna roll in that one anyway.
Yeah, 0 is calm, 10 is insane. This is what you deduct, you go down. If you have
Trembling
it,
hands.
you probably hit 0 now, except for Charlie, who is still a little bit anxious, apparently.
Which is fair since I'm like right next to the wolf that basically killed me.
But before we wake up, also just,
I'm meditating. I'm not sleeping.
it's about this.
I am in a sentry's rest.
For roleplay purposes, I kind of need you to quote unquote dream at least, whether that be in the normal way or in any other way. That is entirely up to your roleplay purposes. So even if you meditate, say it's a vision or something. But yeah.
I saw that.
Okay, yeah. Let me change music.
oh yeah, trance allows you still to dream. By the way.
Okay. Yeah, that's perfect then. That's perfect. Probably you.
Is Doran a snore? Is Doran a snorer? I don't know why I couldn't get
Yes.
that out.
Yeah,
Dog
clearly
is
he
more.
is.
Yeah.
Okay. You awaken to war cries, siege equipment, and explosions. As you look around, you see the banners of the Creed and the banners of the Resistance. You see yourself on a mountain overseeing the fight. The armies at first glance seem evenly matched, but eventually a blue flash runs through the air, emanating from the Cathedral of Lardil. For a moment, both armies take a moment to gaze into the sky. Moments later, a deep growl pierces through the air as a dragon hovers over the Resistance army, charging a giant ice ball. As the ice ball slowly descends into the army, you hear panicked screams and cries for help. A blue shield then forms above the army, and you can see Lily focusing her energy onto it. As the ice ball hits the shield, everything flashes to white. For a moment, you see nothing, and eventually, as you regain all senses, you see both armies dead on the floor. Everyone is dead. At this point, wake up. Morning, everyone.
Does this include a long rest?
This includes a long rest and the stamina recovery. It is now, says 8 a.m. You have a nice little.
Does Dorgan wake up earlier than the rest?
Roll me a d20. If it's higher than 10, he can. Not. I guess you all kind of wake at the same time. Ogrind, you wake up and you still feel a little bit fuzzy. And the moment you come to, you feel that soft, cushioning feeling on your back. And as you turn around, you see Lilith snoring. What would your reaction be?
Dorgan will jump up. Is his sword near his waist, or is it still lying at where he was struck
A
down?
sword.
None of us
I th-
picked up the sword, I think.
Probably. But I'm close to you, physically, I guess.
Okay, so Dorgan doesn't have a sword. Okay, Dorgan will jump up, scan his surroundings. Does he see any sharp weapon?
You see the weaponry that your party members have, and you see your sword about 10 meters to the side, I'd say.
Dorgan will dash towards the sword.
Right, you make it there, and
Do
you're
I
about like
clock
10
this?
meters away.
Yeah,
You-
would I hear him dash? Considering
All
I'm
of you
meditating?
woke at more or less the same time. Yeah, you do see this happening. Yes.
And I will point my sword towards the wolf, preparing to attack him, but not yet.
I will prepare an Eldritch Blast ready to shoot his sword.
Yeah, give
All right.
him more trauma.
What the fuck are you doing?
This monster. We have to kill it.
Whoa. No. That was all resolved. You easy, Tiger. I'm gonna put down my utensils and turn towards him. It's all resolved. Look, you don't see any of the corruption, right?
Are you sure about?
Further areas, yeah,
when
but
you look at Dorgan, you see like his hands trembling and his sword unsteady in his hand.
hey. I'll, like slowly walk towards him. Smokey's not a tall fella, so you won't be feeling exactly intimidated. Easy, buddy. It's all right. The mission's done. We're just resting up, and then we can head home. I'll gently put my hand like on top of his hand, not to grab the sword or anything, just to ease it down. Like it's okay.
I guess Dorgan will let it be. He will not push it further.
You live another day, dog.
Alright. Grab everybody in a few minutes. And in a few hours I think we'll be setting out back to camp, right? Yeah. Alright. Well,
I have two
Let's see
things
what
that need to happen. The first thing is, Laren, you see a nice crow sitting in front of you. And it has a letter attached on its leg.
A letter. I'm gonna because I was reading an Eldritch Blast, I'm just gonna let it go. Like I'm not
okay,
gonna shoot.
I thought you
I'm
fucking
not-
shoot the
yeah.
crow.
No. A crow. No, but like I couldn't find the right word for it. But yeah, like this. I'm not shooting it. It instead, like the flowing magic just disappears, and I will carefully reach for the letter, and
The crow stays still. And it indeed lets you take off the letter. And as you do, it flies off and you. First thing that happened. The second thing is you all, while you're having breakfast, you see Lily heavily sigh, and she looks like she didn't get much sleep.
I'm gonna read the letter.
It's already in your charts and info.
Oh, okay.
I'm not gonna read it unless you want to read it.
Zara will poke Lily and ask her if she's okay with the paper.
She looks at you and then at the paper and reads it. And he's like, "Oh, yeah, I remember. I've been having these dreams for months, like every night. Changes sometimes. First, I thought it was an ill omen, but now I feel like it's a vision of the future. But I don't like it."
What kind of dream?
At first, I dreamt of this war. Saw the armies clash, and I saw the resistance lose every night, every night, every night. Eventually, I decided that I would join them because I thought it might be an omen that I could do something. The dream, it changed. At that point, when I was here, a dragon would shoot down a blast of swords onto the army. Months I've been thinking, learning, studying magic, and eventually I learned a simple shielding spell that could be used for an attack like that. The dream once again changed, but I still cannot find a solution to the outcome. Don't worry, it's probably all nonsense to you.
I had the same dream. She writes on the paper.
Lily, you see her jaw agape at this point. She's like, you had that dream too? What did you see?
I saw it from the top on a mountain.
You're
Overlooking
on
the
a
battle.
mountain. But why were you not in the army? Why were you on the mountain?
She shrugs.
Always more questions than answers.
Zara writes on the paper. It is what it is.
She gives you a thumbs up. She's like, yep, it do be like that sometimes.
The battlefield one, right? I'm like referring to the dream to Lily and Zori. I was avoiding eye contact with Lily because, burn her eye out, but the dream, I like responded.
So you had it too?
Yes, weirdly enough, and I'm not much of a dreamer, which took me by surprise. Anyone else have it?
Yep, I raised my hand. I also did have a dream.
Oh,
Yeah.
Torgin,
Maybe this is spreading from me. I'm sorry.
Torgin looking at the wolf said, same thing over here. Well, apart from this fucking wolf haunting me.
It's not the dog who dreamt it, it's Lily the White Mage.
Lily the White Mage.
Oh,
Lilith?
Yeah.
Lilith is
Okay.
knocked the fuck out. Sorry,
okay,
names are
yeah.
too similar.
Lily and Lilith. I thought the dog was dreaming that. Okay, my bad.
Oh, no,
Yeah, no, I'll be
sorry,
speaking
sorry.
to. In that case, I'm still avoiding eye contact with the wolf. I feel
No,
bad. So
I like the idea of a white wolf, and I looked up names for white wolves, and Lilith came up as ghost, and I was like, oh, I like that. But yeah, that hasn't. It's two different things.
yeah, that's all good. But yeah, I'll be speaking to Lily in that case then about the dreams.
She looks back and she looks almost fascinated. So, where were you?
It was very hazy, bits and bits. Like I said, I don't really dream much, but everyone was there was this huge white explosion, and then everyone was
Yeah.
just dead.
Yeah.
That's
You see her head drop. Is like, that's what I'm thinking about too. How could we prevent that?
Is it a recurring dream? Because if it is, then you
It is
can.
of sorts. I've been having it every night, but sometimes small parts of it change. Once
Have you kept
learned
a journal?
Looks around. She's like, I'm not the right thing.
Oh, I see.
No one
I'm
seemed to believe me before, so there was no need to write it down.
Can't be a coincidence that we're all experiencing this now. I'll get us a book when we get back to camp. We can write in it
Great
and see
idea.
the differences.
Great idea. Right.
Can
Does
Dorgan look at his armor and see like how it's broken, if it's fixable, if there's anything he can do to like preserve his master's last
Yes.
gift, I guess.
as you look at the armor, you can see that Smokey mended it in a way that at least it rests on your shoulders, even though the middle bit is entirely missing at this point. It is
So
ripped and torn to pieces.
Dorgan, despite Smokey's best intentions, will put off the armor and he will, well, not cast aside, but like put it on where he was struck down basically. So over here, he will like put it right here. Just lay it down and he will grab his sword and he will like leave it as it is.
You leave the sword as well.
No, not sword, but like I leave the armor gear.
You
set,
leave
basically.
the armor behind. All right. All right, noted. The armor is being left behind. You see some animals. They look at it. There's a squirrel that tries to bite into it and immediately regrets its decision. And besides that, does anyone else have a morning thing they want to do before we continue?
Yeah. So after Larin reads the letter, and he out loud said, I need a little minute for myself. And then he like steps away from the group and whispering, he goes, "Are you there?" Trying to contact his patron.
Oh, I thought it was
The cat, you mean?
Perception check to whether I hear it.
I mean, he's whispering and quite far away.
You probably
I
won't
am
hear
a
it.
robot.
Don't
No, you're a
forget an
warforged, not a robot.
answer.
But the patron doesn't answer.
Please try again. The number you
Patron
have tried to
doesn't
reach
answer. No, he
is
doesn't.
unavailable at the moment. For
My
the
God.
next demon, please press it.
No, not at this point. Maybe all of this magical forest thing preventing you.
If it's an
Like,
emergency, tap 2.
oh my god. He like still with a letter in his hand, he like clenches his fist. He's like, God fucking damn it, I need you to answer right now. Because I have a dilemma here. He just waits.
DM me what you want to say to your patron. Let's fuck this way. Everyone needs to know everything.
Oh yeah, DM. I thought you said okay.
Direct
where are
message on Discord.
Yeah.
How did you cut yourself with a computer? How?
Took his hand in
Evil,
a fan.
very, very sharp.
Stuck his hand in a fan.
Could Zari go to Dorgin and ask him if he's okay?
Of course, you guys can do whatever. I'm just typing a little bit.
She writes to you on a paper. Are you going to obey? Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be fine. Just give me a day or a week or so.
What about your armor?
That my armor, it's no longer usable. To give it proper respect, I should leave it as one piece instead of trying to mend it, fix it all over again.
Okay. He has no idea.
As from his bag, Dorgin will grab like a brown cloak and like he'll put that around himself instead of like the armor he wore.
I have nothing to help to give you that I could help you. I can give you a rope if you want some shibari.
Are you gonna tell him to hang himself?
Don't do that!
Oh my god! Oh, wow.
You're horrible!
Take the rope.
What did I come back to? Yo!
Yeah. Zari wants Dokrin to hang himself.
You would not give him that. Come on. That's just me.
Dorgin will like signal to Sari, let's go back for the group now. As he's still a bit skittish. Is it skittish? I don't know. It's a bit on edge.
You're a little bit skittish, yeah.
So I'll just walk with you.
And as you all around and you get your food again from the animals, you see Zorak return, and he says something about the lady of the forest. She wishes to talk to you.
As this is happening, Larin returns. I've also hidden the letter now.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
you have hit. Yeah, of course. What letter? Many came before you. No. You can roll if you have reason to doubt anyone.
The only reason doubt is the fucking wolf.
you can roll insight on the wolf if it's angry.
Can I roll inside if it's still being mind controlled?
Sure. Do what you want.
Alright. Tried, why didn't throw? Oh. Wow.
Seems to be asleep at this point. Alright.
But-
Many came before you. We had many interactions with many different creatures. Be they animals or men, none ever turns against us. I'll think long and hard about the future of my children. To leave the forest. Wait, what? Did I jump some fucking lines here? Oh yeah, I did. Sorry.
That was sudden.
Who's skipping dialogue? Come on.
Yeah,
That's up.
I skipped.
Couldn't be me.
Someone's just mashing the A key right now on the controller.
Yeah. I'm just thinking about what it.
Get some treats again. Hell yeah.
Okay. I'll just fucking. You hear a smooth voice around you, all around you, and she addresses you. Brave adventurers, I must thank you for freeing my ever faithful guardian and freeing our forest from this wretched curse the greed of power brought upon us. But I must ask you, why did you do so? Why did you come to our rescue? Is it riches you look for?
That's alright, love. We're already getting paid.
Somebody already paid you. Help us. This is fantastic news. Who would our benefactor be?
I think we mentioned that we were sent by a camp in the house when everything was going down. Then we were sent by a group of people to inquire about what was happening in the forest and to quote unquote help you.
For a moment, the voice is quiet, and you hear yes, I can see the camp. Yes. Many creatures reside in there. Some even under my control. So you hear a pause. Creatures attack the caravans. See? I can assure you this will not happen again.
That's fantastic news.
At this point, I'm not sure of how much of an ally we can be. As you can see, our beloved Lilith is weak. Most of the forest lies in shambles still.
Is there anything we can do to help once we've given our mission?
He pauses again. No. All we need is time. I will seal off this forest once you leave. We'll have time to heal our wounds. Perhaps in time we will join whatever resistance you put up.
What about the people that created the situation? Is there anyone still around? Maybe
No.
that could have, or
Hmm.
was this corruption started a long time ago?
They left this being of rot behind, and all of them left us with it. They long left.
Okay.
Where's the voice coming from? Is it coming from the orb here?
Say it does, yeah. And as you take a moment to breathe in, the orb, it seems to manifest something. And the voice says, I can give you this. Maybe it will help you. And I want to roll everyone to roll an epic, but only one of the things will be what you can choose.
So we're all
And everyone rolls an epic, and then you have to agree on one item, and you have to agree on who takes it.
Helm of teleportation.
Level 4 ring, 1d18 for effect.
Fuck
You
is
can
a
roll the
sunlight?
1d8.
Cloak of the Bat.
Batman!
So, am I rolling out 1d18?
Yes.
I can tell you what it is.
I'm Soundblade, that sounds kind of cool though.
Is a perception plus 4.
Damn.
Like I said,
Give
only
me
one
that.
of those, and you have to agree on which one and who takes it.
You want me to have plus 13 perception? The all,
Can,
the
can we check
all-seeing
up?
eyes.
Can we
Check
check
all
up
these
the?
items.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like
We can go
manically
through them
googling.
together. Yeah.
I'm
You can,
manically googling items right now, so.
You don't have to. You have the compendium up there in the 4th tab. Just type it in there.
Yeah. So the Sunblades,
Oh.
instead of doing melee, it does radiant damage. No, wait. What does it say? You gain a +2 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with this weapon, which deals radiant damage instead of slashing damage. When you hit an undead with it, the target takes an extra 1d8, and it glows.
Up to maximum of 30 feet.
Oh my god,
Cloak of the Bat
Bat
is
overpowered.
it's a polymorph into a bat basically.
No, it's not that. It
No,
gives
it's not
you
that.
advantage on dexterity stealth checks if you are in an area of dim light or darkness. If you grip the edges of the cloak with both hands, you can fly at the speed of 40 feet. Of course, if you fail to grip the cloak, I guess you just fall and you are not stealth anymore. But you
Yeah.
can also use it to become a bat. All this with the price of 1 clock. That's
One
very...
clock?
One clock,
No,
clock,
not
clock.
clock.
One use.
Whatever, you get it. That's overpowered.
There's potion of
Let's see.
ignition.
What is Helm of Teleportation?
That sounds super scuffed.
probably straightforward.
You can use teleport 3 times. This spell instantly transports you and up to 8 willing creatures of your choice you can see within range to a destination you select.
Do I just point my finger at it?
The destination you choose must be known to you and it must be on the same plane of existence as you.
Hmm.
Your familiarity with the destination determines whether you arrive there successfully.
Can you take someone with you?
Yeah, up to 8 people.
You can.
Yeah, you can take a
We-
group of people.
We must, however, limit the Helm of Teleportation to the same map. Otherwise, you would be zip-zooming around the entire fucking continent.
I wanna go to the capital.
I heard you guys need to help the elves. Oh yeah, right. Okay. See you in a bit.
Let's go! And we're back!
Damn.
Huh?
Give it
Oh.
like 1 use only, I don't know, something like that. I don't know. Well, out of all of those, the cloak and the helm sound more.
What was Sunblade again? Just a
It's a blade of the sun. Let me check.
It's a cool blight.
It does radiant damage and hurts undeads more, I think, is the summarization.
And it's a +2 to attack and damage.
Yeah.
Pretty good probably
cool.
for you, but
Deals radiant damage instead of slashing damage as well.
Could be good for the paladin.
yeah.
No, the one who already has abilities to make radiant damage.
Yeah, but then it's.
But this
even
is
more.
just straight out, it's almost like a cantrip where you use
Oh.
radiant damage as an attack instead of using a spell.
So the only worthless things are the potion, the what is the mini the
And
You
then
can,
there's
you can drink it and become small.
Diminution. Is it permanent or?
No, for 1d4 hours.
Oh.
So it's a
Yeah.
one-time use.
And it's yeah.
pretty wasteful.
Yeah.
I'd say Cloak of the Bat or the Sunblade possibly.
I'd
Maybe-
say not the helm of teleportation purely because we will never use it efficiently enough to warrant like not getting the sunblade or cloak.
Yeah, we wouldn't be able to go back to camp with it, so that's either that or the sunblade.
But you can use it to teleport out of combat, can't you? Like, if you have to take or save someone, you can teleport.
I think teleportation itself.
It's like a casting, like.
It's a long cast time, yeah.
I mean, the
so
thing is like, name one scenario where the helm of teleportation would be that important that we cannot go without it.
Well, it depends. If you can cast in the middle of the battle and someone is in a shit situation or you have to save someone, imagine if Misty Step could Misty Step more than one person. You would
That's-
use it to our situation. Like, I don't know. It depends on how the story goes. But like, yeah, if it cannot be used, then yeah, it's a bit weird because it's
a bit more of a-
fluff.
Yeah, it's more of a gamble, the helm of teleportation.
It's for RP. Then I would say the Cloak of Bats. Honestly, that can be used by a lot of us.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm a paladin. I want the sunblade, so.
yeah.
Yeah, that's.
It's between the sunblade and the cloak of the bats.
Should we all put
Sorry.
put-
go on.
type in the chat if you want the cloak of the bat or the sunblade or both, and we'll just tally up and see how many votes have what.
Let's go. I love it.
So I'm both because I'm indifferent. So
So it's a sun like fucking
One.
blade.
That's two
I
blades
don't
and
think
one
it's
blade.
gonna help.
No, we have-
okay, I'm gonna flip a coin as well.
Sure.
Uh,
Go about this a bit more logical.
I choose blade.
But the thing is, both are very useful.
Yeah, but like he already has that
The
ability.
blade has one, and he shall choose the blade. By democratic vote.
We already have radiant damage, though. That's what I wanted to say before everyone just jumped on top of me and didn't let me speak. But sure, okay. Since we all also have the ability to fly, I guess it makes sense to get the blade.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. Yeah. Okay, and then
So, is it agreed upon the Sunblade?
I believe so.
Do you
Is
want
it-
the cloak that badly?
It's not about me. I like even Zari can use it. A lot of us can really use it in very interesting ways. But like if you prefer the blade because you like that radiant damage, like I was thinking about it. Let's make a logical choice, right? We have a lot of good items, and let's discuss what would benefit more the party rather than I want that because yeah, I want that. That was my whole point in here. Like that's how I see it. Those are great items that we won't really get anytime soon. So like let's think about what benefits more the party that more people can use it. I'm not going to use a blade. Like I'm not going to take the blade. Doesn't benefit me in any way. I don't think Zari would use a blade. I don't know about how the rest of you, but yeah. I'm fine with it though. Sure.
Blade.
I'm indifferent either way.
The dice has chosen blade twice.
No, the cloak of the bat requires attunement, and I think Sunblade also requires attunement.
Probably
So-
all, don't they?
Yes.
The
So
epic items, right? So
if items are going to be swapped around either or, we have to spend 1 hour to attune to it. And we all have.
Fight too hard over it.
No. I'm just because like the blade is really good for Dorgin and the cloak is really good for Echo.
It's fine. We can go with the blade. It's not a problem. I was just saying.
You guys
that
can
I-
also roll against each other. I
Yeah,
just
fine.
don't want any bad blood here.
No, it's fine. I have a
Too
plus
late.
1 dagger from you gave me at the beginning the option, so I'm
I
actually.
didn't give you
so fine.
anything. You rolled for it.
Well, I rolled for it, I know, but like you gave me the option to put my item into my brain. So...
Right, so blade.
I think majority is on blades, based on rolls.
I will still, for the fairness of it, ask who will receive the blade.
I want to say Dorgan. He's a paladin. It fits his theme.
Would fit my team, yeah, but if anyone
Zara,
else
because
wants
it's
it,
finesse. Yeah.
if you pick it up, it will burn in your hands.
I'm not sure. I'm not Charlie.
Okay. If no one else like really wants it, then I will take.
Give it to
I
Dorgan.
have added it to you.
Thank you.
Dorgan took a big hit. He needs some compensation.
Okay. By the way, God, can you describe to me how they handed the blade to me before I
As the orb takes form, you reach out to it and you hear the voice again say, "Maybe this can help you. It was a treasure of the forest for a long time. An adventurer once left it here, and we guarded it ever since." As you reach for it, you suddenly have the grip in your hand, and the sword just basically manifests in your hand. It is big enough to be two-handed. It is also small enough to be one-handed, in case
So it's
you
basically a
wanted to
longsword.
decide. It is, yes.
Okay, well, I'll for now, since I need to attune to it, I believe, I'll gracefully accept the blade and I will put it in my scabbard where my longsword usually, since it should be the same size about.
It's the same size. Then you hear the voice again, and now I must ask you to leave unless there's anything you wish to ask.
Can I take some herbs?
Bounty of the forest is in your hands. If you wish to collect anything, you may.
Smokey runs off.
Roll me a 1d12 plus 6. There's lots of things here.
As he runs off, Larian chimes in. This is a bit of a more personal question, but does the forest interfere with communication, like magical communication?
We learned to veil ourselves after what happened in the past, so it may be very well possible that communication may be cut off.
Okay. That's all.
Is anyone wanting to do anything before you are basically yeeted out the door?
Spirit is still motionless on the floor.
Dorgit will inspect Spirit to see if he's alive. Since he kind of did not see anything after the battle.
You will see a centipede crawl across my face from my mouth into my eye.
But like, do I see any mechanical interactions? Anything to note that the machine is still active?
No.
Oh, okay. Dorgan will say this a bit louder, but does anyone have like a spark plug or anything to turn him back on?
I slightly hit the spirit's head with my quarterstaff.
He jolts up and hits you with his head.
Me with your head?
Yeah.
Oh god. Can I dodge it?
Sure.
Roll me a dexterity saving throw. That's a success, I think.
Yes. Oh. Good morning. Seems everyone is up. I heard you talk, but I didn't want to intrude.
Nice. Larian kind of just scratches the back of his head. It's like, right. Okay.
Perhaps we should get going.
I agree.
That is a fine plan. Probably need to do a debrief as Smokey is stuffing herbs into his backpack.
Where is that voice coming from?
Oh, my invisibility would have run out.
Oh. He's still a guy.
It was only a minute.
Right. Well, he just waltzes on.
I'll follow
All
suit.
right. And you see that Lily is also packing up her stuff, and you manage to go basically the same way that you come. And while yes, this map is dark, it is daytime at this point. I'll just ask while we jump through these maps, anything you want to do here, or do you continue?
Chickens.
Be gone,
I-
Morgan.
Oh yeah, sorry,
So-
Charlie.
I throw some like spare half-eaten ration to the chickens.
Good. So move on, or anything to be done here?
The only thing, Darkin will just thank Lily for her service to him.
Nods to you and says, "Yeah, that's what healer do. Don't worry about it."
Do you want to come back to camp?
I guess we have the same way. I'll accompany you.
All right.
Are we out of the forest now?
You are out of the forest, and as you step outside, you see the veins once again reached around the forest, closing it off.
I'm gonna
Hmm.
again try to contact my patron.
Yeah, do you want to do it in DMs, or do you want them to hear?
I mean, Larian is probably in the back behind everyone. And it goes, Are you there?
What is it? I am here.
Okay, can you,
Hmm?
are you aware of this letter I have received?
Letter. I've seen it, yes. Not able to talk to you. You guys can roll as much perception as you want. First, we will finish this, and then we'll go over if anything at all was seen. You guys are bad.
What do you mean bad?
I
He's
think
just
what
sus.
you just hear Larian talk to himself.
Yeah, exactly. That's why it's sus. That's why it's very sus.
16 passive perception notes.
Actually, my passive perception is higher than my perception roll.
Don't take it away from Laren, one at a time.
Do I go through with it?
The voice, it stops. Founders. Doing the right thing is not always about doing a good thing. Doing a good thing is always about doing the right thing. Sometimes, not all decisions may be clear at first glance. Some things may not be as good as they seem. Perhaps you should do what your heart tells you. What is it that you want to?
I like rewards.
The voice, you can clearly feel that it's thinking it over. Don't think this target is a good person. Perhaps you'd be doing the world a favor.
That's all I need. Thank you.
Maybe it would be safer without him. Alright.
Maybe so. And then he like, even though it's not his decision to cut like the connection between them through communication, he still tries to do it. Like, okay, that's all.
You can sense some annoyance from the other side, like this is clearly not how this works, and then it doesn't. I allow Zari to at least notice that you were mumbling.
She doesn't care and continues off.
Right. Do you want to jump to the next map on the way home?
Yeah.
I seem familiar as well. And yes, I'm sorry, the tokens are still. Anything you want to do here, or do we move on?
Oh, I forgot there was fishing in this map.
I think we just have to camp.
Dargan will inspect his blade to see if he sees any like text on it or any markings to like of a
As
previous
you
owner.
look very clearly, it's almost like it's just light. You do not see anything but light.
My God, like is it like better only the blade that's light or also the shaft that's light?
That's fine, and when you have achieved, then or whatever you know, then it is not like radiating the area. But if it's drawn, it is clearly simply lighting up.
Night vision, let's go.
True, 30 feet of light.
All right, so moving on.
Yeah, I guess so.